Hey, folks. That's Jenifer there. You just can't see her.
Hi.
She's really there. Yeah. So, and I'm going to go away here in a little bit. But welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Um, Hope everybody wrote down everything that was on the opening screen so you'll have all the facts because there's a lot going on. So, but I'm going to go through them anyway. But yeah, a lot going on. The first thing is the giveaway. Jenifer is working on From Dawn to Dusk. That thing is just gorgeous. I got to say, just gorgeous. And you are knocking it out of the park.
Thanks. It's fun
Beautiful.
too.
It's beautiful. Yeah, if you look on the podcast today, there's 4 pictures, close-ups of Jenifer stitching. It is, it's impressive. It really is. You do nice work, lady. Nice work.
Thank
nice
you.
And tight and consistent. It's beautiful. Okay, so the first thing, so I can go off screen. Well, I don't know what I'll do. Betty Howe, who is here frequently. I don't know if she's here tonight, but Betty Howe was doing some destashing, and we were the beneficiaries of the destashing. So tonight, 4 items from Betty Howe's destash effort. They're all samplers, and they're old. Like the price on this one is $4. The price on this one is $5, and the price on this one went away. I don't know, but they're old, so it's kind of cool in its own right. So we have this one, and it's hard to show. This is a kit. Okay, this is a kit. This even has the DMC floss in it. That's the old black label stuff. So that's pretty cool. And there's cloth in there. There's linen in there that has been folded for a long time, so you're going to want to do something about that. But this is called the Virtue Band Sampler from Eileen Bennett at the Sampler House in Granville, Michigan. Probably doesn't even exist anymore. But there's that one. That's the best picture we got of that. So that's one of them. Oh, look at this. Typewriter. Look at this. This is cool. Typewriter. Yeah, done on a typewriter. Wow. Typewriter font. Oh man, this is amazing. These are treasures. These are treasures. Look at the instructions. Look at that.
That's a long time ago.
No kidding. These are treasures. Oh man, to win one of these, whether you stitch it or not, doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's one. Pardon me while I just got excited about old sampler charts. What's this in here? Sale, needlework patio. This kit sold on sale for $12. It was originally $23. Kit sold for $12 with linen. So that's been around a while. I'm going to put that right in there so you can have that, whoever wins it. Then we have Kingsland Stag's Leap. This one almost stayed with me. That one almost stayed with me right there. Stag's Leap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the entire chart right there. Oh, I shouldn't show that. I'll get in trouble. The Floss 2 police will slap me down for something with a copyright of who knows. Oh, 1993. 1993.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. Elizabeth Javier sampler from Crosspatch Inc. Crosspatch Inc., Raleigh, North Carolina. So that's a cool sampler right there.
Yeah. Nice.
Look at the back. Look at the back. I don't know if that's the design or not, but
well, that's how I dress every day. What are you talking about?
Well, there we have it, right there. There we have it. So everybody can visually picture Jenifer stitching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that one, and then Eleanor Simpson, 1815. From Historic Stitches, and this one is 1998. 1998. So these are cool.
Nice.
All right, so those 4, and I have more. Betty sent more. So those 4, so up at the top there, right up there, right there. Gary at WeTalkFiber.com, and the subject line is Betty. Just put Betty in for Betty Howe because she gave us these. Yeah, pretty cool. So four really, old and cool. Yep. So that's good. So thanks to Betty for that. Get your thing in there. Now remember, I keep having to repeat this, and it uh, doesn't connect. But this giveaways are just for people who are at the live show. So people, those of you who are listening to this after the fact, no, already by the time you actually send it, the drawing's over anyway. But these are just for live show people. Benefit of being part of the live audience, because we appreciate the live audience. Then now here comes the deal. We've had some shifts in the schedule. If you listen to the podcast with Jenifer and me today, you got the rundown, but I'm going to give it to you again because we've had some shifts. So Friday night, our regular show Friday night, but I need a guest. I cannot get a guest. Somebody out there, one of you folks in the audience, volunteer to be the guest. All you got to do is send me 8 or 9 or 10 pictures of pieces you've done. I'll set it all up. You got to have a Skype account. We'll put you on, and we just talk about it. You've listened to them before, but I need a volunteer. So send me email, same email right up there, and volunteer, please, because I need a guest Friday night. So I sent to a handful of people, and I get no response. I keep waiting for a response, so then I'll send to someone else. So somebody out there, Jan would be excellent. Yes, it's really easy to do. Tell them, Jenifer. Tell them it's easy to do.
Yeah, it's super easy, and you just take your pictures, or have pictures. And then what I did, so that I wouldn't be nervous and be afraid that I would forget what I wanted to say, I would write down, I wrote down the title, who it was by, the linen I used, and then anything special I wanted to say about it. I jotted it down so that when we were on the air, I didn't blank out.
Yep.
And that really helped a lot. It's easy, it's fun.
So please, somebody volunteer.
I mean, who doesn't like talking about their needlework to people who actually care and want to hear about it? Besides your husband or your kids who are like, yeah, that's nice.
Who are just putting up with you. Yeah.
Right. Like,
right.
We want to hear it. We care. We want to know.
Okay,
See the
so
pretties.
yep. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun to do. So
Yeah.
please, somebody volunteer for Friday, and if more people do, that's good, because the next 3 or 4 Wednesdays are filled, but then after that I got nothing. So I need people in the future. So please do. We make it easy for you. And you're not on screen that often either. It's mostly your pictures, right? So camera shy people, don't worry about it. Oh, there's Melanie. Now Melody that was fun when Melody did it. Yeah, she goes. Yeah, Melanie, help us. If anything, we'll just have Melody come back. Okay, so that's Friday night. So somebody, please. Now we start. Follow me on this and write down these things so that you don't forget, because fun stuff. So Monday night we start Fiber Talk Monday Hearts. All right. Now the catalyst for this is the Patriotica Hearts from Gay Ann Rogers, the 4 of them, and so we're going to start stitching those. But you can stitch anything with a heart in it, and as Beth has said, if your heart's beating, that qualifies. So, but the idea, what we're going to do Monday night on the 28th is Gay Ann is going to be with us. So we'll talk about the hearts and talk to Gay Ann, which we could, you can talk to Gay Ann all night long. That's a treat in its own right. So she will be here to talk about the hearts and whatever else comes up. And so that will be a live show, 8 o'clock Eastern time, Monday night, right here. Will be that. And then after that, then it's just going to be that we're all going to stitch on Monday night. You're going to stitch on a heart project, and then we'll post on Instagram, FT Monday Hearts will be the hashtag, FT Monday Hearts. We're not going to have a show every time because, too many live shows. And but we will Monday night, and we get to have Gay Ann. I asked her if she'd do it, and she said, as long as I don't have to be on camera, I'll do it. So she won't be on camera, but that's okay. So that's the 28th, all right? The 28th. Then October 2nd, and then the 30th, the 30th, next Wednesday, we will not have a show because Mark and I are going away for a few days, so there will not be a show on the 30th. There will be on the 28th. It will be with our grandsons, so there may be some extra noise when Gay and Rogers is with us. But on the 30th, Wednesday, there will not be a show. And then this Friday is the last Friday show because we're moving to Sunday. So October 2nd, a week from Friday, will not have a show either. So there'll be no Wednesday and Friday next week, no shows, but there will be a Monday night. All right? Then we have moved. Okay, and then October 7th, a week from next Wednesday, so in 2 weeks, Gayanne Rogers is going to be back again. And she's going to be back because she has a new design that she's going to introduce on the show. So we'll be the first people to see it. Well, you guys will be the first to see it. Jennifer and I have already seen it. But it is
gorgeous.
Oh, it's spectacular. It's spectacular. Like I said in the Wednesday show, it's Gayanne at her best by far. So you'll want to be there. I don't care if you never do a needlepoint thing in your life, never touch Congress cloth. You want to see this. You just want to see it and hear how it's put together because it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
So that'll be the 7th, Wednesday the 7th. Then the 11th, now we're moving the Fiber Talk Meditates from the 4th to the 11th, moving it a week. And as we talked about in the podcast today, that's simply economics. It's so you can get kits. If you want to do the basket weave chart from Avlia, you can get kits. So Kim at Sassy Jacks will have Cosmo thread kits, matching the colors that Krista West the colorways that Krista West put together, as close as Cosmo will do it. And they're beautiful threads. And I was going to get them out, and then I forgot because Jennifer had 1,000 questions about Cosmo thread, and I couldn't answer any of them. What did I do with those things? Well, here they
Look,
are.
I found a loopty on the back.
So, a loopty?
I did.
You're all about the technical terms tonight.
Yes.
So, so Kim is putting together the Cosmo thread colorways that will match what Krista West put together, and then she's doing a blue one too, which I haven't seen yet, but she's putting together a blue colorway. And you're watching the comments, right, Jennifer? There's Stitch Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah,
I peek every now and then, but everybody's just saying hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. So Cosmo threads. So Kim's going to put those together, and then she's going to do a blue color because that's your job, Jennifer. Is but that's okay.
What? My computer doesn't sit in the right place.
Okay, here come the excuses. So here's the Cosmo threads that I just got as samples. They're beautiful threads. And the computer's in a bad spot. But anyway, beautiful stuff. Here's a stranded one. Well, here, what am I doing?
Is that cricket at your house?
Yeah, outside. I got the windows open, so it's outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Fortunately, it's outside.
I had to close my windows, otherwise Sophie will bark at things. So.
Sometimes we get them inside, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
So. Here.
My Mickey, my kitty that passed away recently, was the cricket killer, man. The cricket, he heard a cricket in the house, and by a day later, we'd find its body parts underneath the dining room table.
So there's, thank you for that image. Thank you very much for that image.
Well, yeah.
There's a Cosmo thread. So Jennifer, you were asking if it has a sheen to it. Yes, it has a sheen.
Yes.
It's the labels are in English. Cosmo, made in Japan.
So are they thicker than DMC or about the same?
No, I think they're about the same. Yeah, they seem to be about the same. Strict 6-strand, 8 meters. 8 meters. Kim has the whole deal. She has the whole deal.
Those are pretty.
Aren't they nice? And that one, the variegated one, look at that variegated one right there.
I know, that one is very pretty.
So Kim is putting together for the basket weave thing, a blue colorway, and then 3 of the 3 colorways that Krista put together. So that's the deal. So you can get those from Kim, and then Kim, because Kim wasn't confident she could fulfill kits with DMC because it's just hard to get threads for these shops. And she was fearing that she'd be letting people down. So she said, I can't do that, but I have Cosmo, let's do that. And then Krista at Avlia had just bought a truckload of DMC, like a lot. And so she's flush with threads. So she says, well, then I'll put together DMC kits. So Krista has put together DMC kits, and for a 9x9, I'm going to cough here in a second. Sorry. A 9x9 table mat on Makini 30 count fabric, and that's a fabric she gets from Greece. Makini 30 count fabric, and this is full cover. This basket weave pattern is full coverage, so you really don't care what the color is. It's just whatever count you want to use, Ada or whatever linen or even weave you want to use. And then DMC and the metallic outlining thread and a needle for a 9x9 thing. So she has all three colorways. They're already on her site, avlia.life, at $28 for the whole kit, and that includes shipping. So she made it as inexpensive as possible as she could get it. And then if you say you have the chart, you already got the chart, and you have your own ground cloth, if you just want the floss pack, then she has put that together in the three colorways, $18 with shipping. So $28 for a full kit, $18 if you just need the threads. And she'll ship those out. You can order them now. She'll ship them on the 2nd. She's a new grandmother. So congratulations to Krista. Brand new grandmother. So she's with her daughter right now. But when she gets home on the 2nd, she said she will ship all the orders. So you go to avlia.life and order the DMC, or go to sassyjackstitchery.com and order the Cosmo colorway. And Kim has Ada and every linen you can come up with, every count you can come up with, so she can fix you up with ground cloth if you don't have it. And like I'm going to do basically a 9x9 mat, so I've got enough scrap here that I can put that together. So that's the deal. That starts on the 11th, and that's going to be every Sunday afternoon. Fiber Talk Meditates every Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock here, 2 o'clock Eastern time. And that's going to be where we have some breathing exercises, some meditation, some stitcher stretching, some quiet stitching, some conversation, the whole package in that, because the focus is on meditative stitching. So all of that is basically to get you to show up on Sunday, every Sunday for 7 weeks, starting on the 11th, for meditative stitching hour. And you can do the basket weave one, you can do your own meditative stitching project, and meditative stitching is stitching that you don't have to look at the chart every 3 minutes. What Jenifer's doing, not meditative stitching.
What? This part is.
Okay. If you need one and you don't want the basket weave, at avlia.life, there's an M next to meditative stitching design, so you can go get yourself another one, and Krista can fix you up with the kit for that, or Kim can, whatever works for you. So that starts on the 11th. Then on the 14th, Wednesday night, on the 14th, the Jillian Benke New Tales exhibition at Gallery 76, Embroidery Guild Galleries, New South Wales, there in Sydney. April will be back. And we'll get a tour of the October exhibition. So that'll be the 14th. And it's Jillian, Gillian, Benke, Bencke, if you want to look her up. New Tales is the exhibition. And so we'll get a tour of that. And then she's trying to work it out so that Jillian can take off work and be with us, because that's the middle of the morning the next day for them in Australia when it's night for us. So trying to work that out so Jillian can be with us. If not, April will give us a tour. But that'll be on the 14th. So we'll be able to have our tour that month. It was supposed to be, we were going to do it this next week, but I'm just not going to be here, and it didn't work out. So we're adjusting. So we appreciate that. So I hope that we can have Jillian, the artist, with us. But anyway, we'll get that tour on that Wednesday, the 14th. And then Sunday's podcast is Amina K from Moscow of Stitch Floral, which is a blog you should follow. So there we go.
Right. So then Judy asked a question.
Okay.
The same one that I had is Cosmo threads color fast.
Oh.
Have you found out at all? Have you?
Just a second.
Anybody?
It does not say.
Right.
It does not say color fast, which is usually a good sign that it isn't. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's maybe used them before and has washed them and
Somebody,
found out,
somebody,
or
somebody, look it up. Lecien dot co dot jp. Lecien dot co dot jp. Somebody look it up and see if they're color fast. Lecien dot co dot jp. I knew there was one more question you had that I didn't have an answer for. I knew there was.
well, I wasn't the only one apparently.
Nope. Nope. Well, it's a legitimate question, yeah. Because if
Well,
there's
yeah,
this
because
6 strand, we're used to DMC being color fast. So, yeah. So there we go. What Kathy's saying, Jane Farish uses Cosmo threads for all of her designs. There we go. Well, Jane Farish uses it. That's a pretty good recommendation right there on that. All right. So somebody's looking that up, I'm sure. I forgot on the last time we gathered to announce the winners from the night that Kim and Jeanette Douglas were with us, because Kim gave away 5 kits of the Christian Henry, the new Sassafras Sampler chart. So the 5 winners were Dory Reffling, Robbie Wisham, Barbara Cowan, Kathy Tipton, and Martha Kirkcaldy. So Dory Reffling, Robbie Wisham, Barbara Cowan, Kathy Tipton, and Martha Kirkcaldy. Sorry. And I sent your information to Kim that night, that Friday night. So you probably already know you won. But I wanted to announce those because I'm sure Kim's already gotten in touch with you on that anyway. So you each won a kit. And if Kim hasn't gotten in touch with you, she will, so that you can select your ground cloth and get that shipped to you. So those are the winners. And then last Friday, we gave away 3 Avlia and 3 Textured Treasures charts. So the Avlia charts, and they were in the mail yesterday. The Avlia charts went to Merlene Bridges, Judy Stone, and Pat Park. Then the Textured Treasures charts went to Bridget Prejean. I want to meet Bridget because I love that last name, and I hope I'm saying it right. Looks French to me. Prejean. I hope that's right. But anyway, Bridget won one. Bonnie Larzalier, and Vicki Marston. So those 3 of you won, and I forget which one won the crucifix one. I was going to note that, and then I forgot. But one of you did. And that crucifix one, if you listen to the podcast today, we checked with Karen Dzinski. She had it's out of print. She's done with that one, but she does have a small supply left. So if you're interested in owning that crucifix chart, it's still available. She can ship it out. So there you go. That's all I got.
Right. So some people looked it up, and I looked it up, and it says that it's fade resistant and resists fading and discoloration. And then Kathy says that Mary Corbett says that she hasn't tested it, but it's supposed to be color fast. And then Jan says that she says it's color fast. I don't know who she is. Maybe Jean Farish. I don't know. But it seems like it's color fast-ish.
Ish.
Yeah. That we know of, give it a try.
Well, if Mary Corbett says it's color fast, I'm going with that.
Yeah, there you go.
All Cosmo embroidery colors resist fading and discoloring.
Right.
Egyptian cotton and color fast, says Phyllis. Okay, so we're good. It's very nice thread. Very nice.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah. Colors are rich. Yep, very nice. So there we have it. Vicky says, I don't see anything on the site about threads being color fast. Okay.
No, when you go down, you kind of read, it says about our stuff, and it doesn't say color fast.
And then gives you nothing.
It says it resists fading and all that stuff. So
yeah, maybe a test.
You'd have to test it.
Maybe a red skein, because that'll be the one.
Right.
So maybe a red skein soaked in some water to see if it gets red. try to do my stuff so I don't have to wash it anyway. So,
Right.
but actually no. But then like for this basket, that's kind of critical, I guess, because for this basket weave thing, that you might set under a pot of flowers or something, you want it to be color fast in case you have to wash it. So
Exactly.
you probably know that. Yeah.
Right.
Margaret sends me flowers once a week, so I gotta have something to put. Oh wait, no.
Well, maybe she sends you man flowers, which is a 6-pack of beer, if you like beer.
Oh, okay. Is that what that's called, man flowers?
Have you ever heard of man flowers?
No. No.
Oh yeah, it's like a 6-pack of beer.
Okay. Nope, don't get that either. I get my own beer.
Oh. Sometimes for my husband's birthday, I'll go to the beer store. We have one that has lots of good fancy stuff, and I'll get him a variety of little fancy individual bottles, and he likes that.
We quit doing all that stuff a long time ago. Just bagged it. Whoops. I really ought to pay attention if I'm stitching, cross stitch. I really ought to pay attention instead of just making X's till I get to the end of something.
Yeah. So what are you working on?
Back to Hannah Longstreth.
Okie doke.
Thought I'd do a little Xing.
Yes.
This isn't too strange. Going from 18 point needlepoint canvas to 40 count linen. Yeah, that isn't too hard on the eyes. It's a shocker.
My goodness.
First 2 X's I put in, I thought, wait a minute, I'm going back to the needlepoint.
No.
Quilters use
light. The new light's working out nicely.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That's a much nicer light than we had last week. Yeah.
It's not so harsh.
Yeah.
It looks much better.
Here, Phyllis, quilters use Cosmo threads. Well, that
okay.
That speaks pretty well that they're going to be color fast because at some point or another, a quilt needs to get washed. So
usually, although some people, especially if they want it for a wall hanging or stuff, they don't wash them all the time.
Oh.
Or if you, a lot of times they don't wash them. Or if you wash it and you don't want it to get crinkly, don't put it in the dryer. You have to hang it to dry, otherwise it'll get crinkly. Not that you want to know that because you don't quilt. So.
You are so right on that count, on all of them.
Anyway.
Jenifer, what was the website you talked about today with... I'm doing your job, Jenifer. What was you talked about today with the older charts? What was that?
Patternsonline.com. And I went and I looked on there some more. And remember those calico kittens that I did way back in the day, which were the first things that I stitched?
Yep.
They have all of those patterns on there.
Did you buy the rest of them?
No, I have the book.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't need to buy it because I've got the book.
Okay.
But it's got those, and it's the same line as like the cherished teddies. And they have those on there too. They have the cherished teddies, they have the calico kittens, they have similar with the bunnies. There's bunnies and then little mice.
Oh.
And it's all that kind of, it's the 80s, 90s style kind of cross stitch cutesy stuff.
Those all sound, nice.
The old always comes back again, right?
That's what I'm told.
I mean, look at all of us going crazy with all these old samplers that for a long time I had never ever seen one until recently.
Yeah. Well, I just did a quick skim of that site. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And it does seem like it has lots of older stuff on it.
Yeah, see that for me, like these that Betty Howe gave us. When the box came, so I got them all out, and I just kind of sat there looking at them because it's really old stuff. Old stuff in the 90s. Just.
I know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The 90s. That's ancient. No, it's not, but it's just cool stuff. So, does anybody volunteer to be a guest Friday night? I'm gonna
That's what
keep
I
pushing it. I'm
saw.
gonna keep pushing it till I get a hand raised. Somebody, please. Somebody, please. I was gonna show. This is gonna be a train wreck, but I'm gonna show it. Okay, I'm working on. I moved to Hannah Longstreth, and I'm working on my K's Creation stowaway stand. All right, so I put. I set it up. Now I'm going to show the stand, but there's two tripods and a magnifier light stand all intertwined in this thing because that's what I have to do these shows. So you'll kind of have to look around that. But I want people to see this stand because I really think it's great. So here, I'm going to take you off the screen.
All right.
So you can get really sloppy with your stitching for a minute.
All right.
Okay, so here's the stand, and I'll just kind of move it around. So I can't get back because the cord isn't long enough. Is that here's the stand, all right, and you get to see all the mess that's with it. Sorry about that, but here's Hannah Longstreth, and you can see that she's on a really long scroll bar, and then down here is the feet, and that's the foot, one of the feet. And so you just loosen that thing when you're done, and then this leg right here, right there, that folds up against that, so it's flat. Both of them do. Okay, both of them do, and then there's this big dowel rod in the middle that holds it all together. So both of those fold up, and you can see how close they go because he cuts out a circle in the foot so it can wrap around the dowel rod. So it goes right up flush. And then, if I don't make a mess of everything here, and then this is the structure for this thing. And you can see that, sorry if you get a headache, you can see that it bolts the arms, these arms here bolt to this piece of wood and can slide back and forth. So you can adjust the width. Okay? And there's two of those. And so when I put this away tonight, I just simply loosen this particular thing on this knob on each end. I just loosen that, and this whole thing drops down flat. So the legs come up flat. Hannah Longstreth just goes down flat, and then you can just take and lean it against the wall, and I drop a towel over it, and that's it.
Wow.
So it gets put away. It's fantastic, and it's rock solid. It's rock solid, and I had him make it extra long to handle the it doesn't know what to focus on, to handle the long bars.
Right.
Now the drawback is it will if I have shorter bars, it doesn't go close enough, but that's okay because I wanted it to handle these long things. And then you see it clamps. It clamps right to my Millennium scroll bar to the uprights, and that's just a conventional thing there. Okay, and I'm going to show you a trick about that too. All right, so that's just your standard wooden clamp with the two things and the post underneath here that holds that. So that's all that is. There's nothing fancy there. It's all beautifully done wood, beautifully made, and you can ask him. He will make. You can order them through your store. He will make them longer if you want it. So like I said to him, I want one that will. I don't know what I will. That'll straighten itself out. I don't remember. I had it because the Millennium frame is 40 inches long, so I wanted it to be able to hold the longest scroll rods that I have, and so then they made it like that. And then let's see. I'll get that blinding thing out of there.
Yeah, I was gonna say your coloring is
Yeah.
it's bleached it out.
I'll adjust it. Okay, so now I'll show you a trick. That I learned. So this is just off my Case Creation lap stand. This is just the arm that comes off of that. And so when you have these two bolts here that determine how far this can open, then people will say, all right, these bolts open this far, so I can get a stretcher bar or a hoop or something in there, but that's all I can get in there. Well, it isn't limited to that. All you have to do is go to the hardware store and buy longer bolts. So, yeah, you'll know this immediately, Jenifer, but people don't go to the hardware store like you do.
Yeah.
You know, news to
I
them.
love the hardware store.
Okay, so
Smells like home.
all right, so this is nothing more than your standard carriage bolt. And a carriage bolt is just a bolt, quarter 20 thread that has a round head on it, and then underneath has that square shape.
Dealy bop. Yeah.
Dealy bop. Thank you. I knew there was a term for it, and you have the term.
Yes.
And when you put that in wood and make it tight, see, it'll make a square in the wood, and then that keeps it from spinning. Yeah. So it's just a carriage bolt, and it's carriage as in horse and buggy carriage, that word. And so what you do is you take this bolt, and I suggest if you don't go to the hardware frequently, that you take the bolt and you take your thumb screw, the black thumb screw, take them both in, and all you do is get a longer carriage bolt. Okay, yeah. So just get like, I got, for the ones to go around my Millennium frame, I just got one that was 1 inch longer. So you just get longer carriage bolts, and then you put those in here in the side. And that allows this part to open up more, and then you can get Q-snaps or Millennium frame or whatever scroll frame will fit in here because this has a groove on it. See, it has a groove so that it'll hold it. And so you just do that, and then these clamps then will hold just about anything. It's just a matter of how long this carriage bolt is on each side. And usually you don't have to replace this bolt that is the support on the other side because it's usually too long anyway. So I wouldn't even worry about that. But it's this two side ones. You just get a pair of them, and they're going to cost you like $0.05 a piece. You know, yeah. So you get, if you have two, you get 4 bolts. But yeah, it's not like you're going to have to go in with your checkbook or your credit card. It's just pocket change. We'll buy these bolts. And then, but take the nut and make sure you try that on the bolt, so you make sure that you get the right threading. I think it's quarter 20, but make sure you get the right threading. Just take it in and test it, and somebody will help you there.
And they don't mind. I take stuff in all the time. Yeah. And I'm like, I need this and I need that, and we find it. And it's all good.
But that is the trick. That is the trick. And so you can make.
Those are Kay's creation, right?
Yeah, but these clamps, you know, everybody uses these clamps, one version of it. So all you do is replace these two clamping knobs, the bolts for those. Just replace those, and then you can clamp. You can make it the gap as big as you want, and clamp whatever you want. So there's the trick.
Nice.
Just
so
like that.
It looks like Ivy Kruger might be interested in doing a show.
Ooh, Ivy.
But she says she doesn't really know what to show. So maybe you guys should talk.
Ivy, you just show stuff that you finished. You don't even have to finish it. You just show stuff you're working on. Yeah. Trust me, I can come up with questions on any of it. So we can talk about it forever. Just stuff you finished. Just haul some stuff off the walls or stuff you got in a drawer, and we'll just talk about it so people can see your stitching and talk about what you went through and what you liked about it and so on and so forth. And I just need pictures. You don't even have to hold them up. Just need pictures. And case creation. Case creation is the stands that I use, all of them. But so anyway, that's the trick with those clamps. And then if you're looking for a stand, particularly to hold scroll rods, I can recommend the stowaway stand because it stows away. It literally stows away and does it well. It's not some folded up cumbersome thing. I mean, it stores as flat as it's ever going to get, and it goes out of the way. So you can have that out in the living room at night stitching, easily fold it up, put it away somewhere out of the way, and then bring it out the next night and not have to set up a whole bunch of stuff again. I really like it, and it's well built.
Nice.
Yeah. And another thing, another trick. I'm full of tricks tonight, so hang on.
Oh.
But I'll be right back. I'm not going far.
Okay.
So another thing you can do with that stowaway stand is where the arms bolt in through that thing. These are the arms that I made for my makeshift one.
Oh, uh-huh.
Okay,
yep.
so this is a 1 by 3 inch oak that I just got scrap at Home Depot, just scrap. And then I had a friend who could drill a hole, and we pounded dowels in. Put a little glue on and put a dowel in. So just need a drill press and pound the dowel in. I got oak dowels. So I got oak because it's hardwood and it won't warp easily and it won't get all scratched up. So I made these. I made these to go on my old thing. Well, these can bolt onto the stowaway stand, and then they can get a lot closer together. And I can rest my smaller scroll frames or stretcher bars on this. And when you put them on, they'll swivel because they're on one hole here.
Yeah.
And so they'll swivel in, so you can adjust the resting point. And so that works out really well too. So that made it even more versatile because stretcher bars, anything, and so you can get down small, like you can get it down this close, and so very small projects can fit in there. So that was another way to do it. And that was, again, I mean, this was just scrap wood in the scrap wood barrel at Home Depot. And so I probably paid all of $3 for this, a piece of dowel and wood, and a friend with a drill press. And
yep, I made these. These I made, and I got this wood at
well, here, I gotta actually put you on the screen.
Okay.
There, okay. Now you're on.
So I made these from Home Depot, and these are pieces of wood from the trim section, and it's like 1/2 inch by almost an inch. And then I don't have a drill press, but I have just a drill, and you just drill down the size of your dowel, but you don't go all the way through. But if you do go all the way through, it's okay. You just put some wood glue and pound them in, and it's just those little round thingies that you stick in the side of a cabinet to hold up shelves. And you can buy a little box of them.
Yep.
And that's all it is.
And then show how that show how that swivels. See, when this is the real advantage, is those swivel in.
You can bring it in, and then look, and then I could put my other little thing I'm working on here. Oh yeah. Ta-da.
Yeah. See.
If you really needed to.
That's the real plus. Yeah.
So yeah.
And Beth, I need a stand that comes with arms like those. You can just make the arms, just like Jenifer and I both did. Just make the arms and bolt them on.
And then I put different holes here, so I can make the arms longer or shorter.
Yep.
And then I can also, I haven't done it, but I can drill holes here to bring them closer together if I want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just wood. So yeah. Here, let me show. All right, this is now going way down the rabbit hole, but I'll show for those who haven't seen before. So you're going off screen. I'm going back on.
Okay.
Not yet though, because I'm not back.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just keep stitching.
So don't do anything embarrassing.
What? I can't pick my nose.
That would be disgusting.
I don't do that. I'm a lady.
Okay, noted. Noted. I don't know why that's so bright, but okay. So here's how. Beth says I need one like that. Okay, here's what I did. All right, this is just the standard cheap stand that you can get at Michael's or a million places. It's just your standard stand. That comes with.
Hey, that's what I'm using.
With a single clamp. Okay, there's nothing cheap. All right, so it comes with like this, and so I took this apart. I took the head off, and then I put this piece of wood here, and then I made a T. My friend helped. My friend did it. I mean, he's the carpenter, and I just stood there and held things for him. But I made a T. So I made two pieces. I designed it. He built it. I want some credit. Okay. I just made two pieces. All right. And then he screwed them in here at the top and made a T. All right. Just like that. And then we drilled holes on the ends. And I had extra of these thumb screws, which you can get other places. You don't have to buy them from Case Creation. And we drilled holes on the ends like that, and then made those arms, which I put over there. Then made those arms like Jenifer was just showing with a peg on the end. And so for really nothing. I mean, the parts, the hardware, and everything cost me like $8. So if you have this stand, or somebody who wants to get rid of one of these stands, take it because it's valuable. You can use it. So because this is good. The base is good. The single head just is not all that great. But if you can put two arms on there with dowels, like Jenifer just showed, then you have something that will work for next to nothing. So that's what I used until I got this stowaway stand. That's a simple way to do it. And if you have one of these stands, there's no harm in doing that. And then here where it gives some, there's a bolt through here so that this centerpiece can move and tilt. Then what I did is I wrapped a bungee cord around here, and that takes some of the stress off of this bolt so that it stays where it's supposed to stay, whatever tilt I put in it. Right. And so that was all that was. But you can make this. You can make this simple. Yeah. Yeah. So if you have one of these stands, you can make it a whole lot better than that single big fat clamp that it comes with.
Yeah, that thing does not work. I tried modifying the one that I had, and it worked okay, but see, am I back on yet?
You will be.
Okay.
You are now.
Okay, so I have one of those. It's the Edwards stand.
Yeah, Edwards. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
So I have one, and I bought the fancy one where this part here can go in and out, and on the sides it has holes here where you can and it has these little, it's holding up my computer. It has these little clampy things that you go on the side here, and they can hold scroll bars or something. But instead what I did is I got this piece of square wood, and I got carriage bolts, which are the kind of bolts where they screw into the wood and then they come out on the end like this, and then so it looks like it's embedded in the wood, in the dowel. Right. And so, and they're called they're called hanger bolts. And I got the piece of wood, and I got the length I wanted, and I put those in, and I made it work. And I made this part, and this part I bought. And then on this, all I had to do was I had to drill the hole a little bit bigger because these were fatter than these other ones. Yeah. But that's not a big deal. Right. So yeah, I mean, that's how I modified this one to be what I wanted it to be, and it tilts and it rotates. Yeah. You can, yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yep. And it's a little squeaky, but who cares? But the investment is minimal. So if you're especially if you're starting out and you want a floor stand, that's a way to get a really cheap floor stand that's very effective and will last you a long time. And then at some point you go, I want to keep doing this. So you might go to a bigger stand like the stowaway thing that's more stable and all those things. But I used mine for years until I got this stowaway. And obviously it's working for you on a very big piece. Yeah. That's a big piece, that Dawn to Dusk. So so one thing is, if I want to turn it this way, to work on it this way, the bars poke in right here. So I need to make these arms longer so that it doesn't poke into the canvas. Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah. Exactly. So I do need to make longer bars. So when I turn it and I want to work on it this way, horizontally. But yeah. Because here it does sit right on the edge here, so it's not poking into the canvas. Yeah. But all this stuff can be done just by going to the scrap bin at Home Depot, and and just getting some pieces
And if you don't have woodworking skills, if you're not a Jenifer, and and maybe your husband doesn't do that stuff either, doesn't have the tools. Somebody in the neighborhood does. Somebody has basic woodworking tools and can do that. It's really simple stuff, but it's just dirt cheap. You go to the scrap bin, you get a couple pieces for very little. Hardware is cheap, and
Yeah.
wing nuts instead of the big thumb screws, and you're good to go. It's cheap, so
Yeah.
it can be done. Now I got to get back to Ivy because here I got somebody on the hook here, so we can't let Ivy off the hook.
Yeah.
I have whips, not many finishes, as I do a lot of gift giving. Ivy, just email me and send me pictures of finishes. That you just need like 8 or 10. That's all you need, 8 or 10 or so finished pieces, or maybe you have a couple whips and 6 pieces. It doesn't have to be a lot. We're just going to talk about what you stitch. Everybody likes to see what other people stitch and how they go about it and how they might have changed it. And it's nothing fancy. And then we'll set you up on this end, and you just need a Skype account. And
which is super easy and free. I did not have one previously.
Yeah.
And it takes like 5 minutes.
So
piece of cake.
What did I do to my?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. So Ivy, write to me. Great, thank you, Ivy. I'm putting you down Friday night.
Well, she said she can't do this Friday or something like that.
Oh, she did? Oh.
Yeah, but she can do it. Oh, yeah, sorry. But she can do a Wednesday or something in the future. But this Friday, she couldn't.
Oh, okay. Well, we're putting you down, Ivy. Late October.
Yeah, she can do a future. So we still need somebody for this Friday.
We still need a Friday person. Yeah, craft enthusiast. Yeah, I went and bought new bolts for my stuff, but just so they'd be all clean. But I have a few buckets of stuff out in the garage too. Yeah, you can scavenge stuff. Yeah, I don't throw away hardware. I just keep it because the minute you throw it away, that's the next piece you need.
Absolutely.
Every single time.
Jar,
and it's a Sunday night. A big
old pickle jar or something.
That's right.
And stick them in the jar.
And you need it on a Sunday night, and everything's closed. So, yep, you keep them. Someday I'll just throw them away, but for right now, comes in too handy. Okay, so Ivy's on for late October. We'll work it out. Send me an email, Ivy, and then we'll work it out. Thank you.
All right.
And then so now I need somebody for Friday night. Please, I'm begging you. Preach. So all right, I'm going back to both of us stitching.
Right.
There we go. Here's my paltry few little X's look pathetic next to your display of splendor.
Well, but this is so easy because it's meditative. I don't have to look at the chart on this part.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
That's right.
Whatever works for you. Whatever
I did
sells.
some yoga yesterday. My program that I follow for exercise has a new meditation program out that I did some of that. So,
Ivy, what day? It'll be a Wednesday in October. Just send me an email. We'll communicate that way, Ivy, and we'll get it set up. We'll find a day because after the exhibition tour, Wednesdays are open all the way through the end of the year. So we'll find a day. Is that a MacBook off to the side?
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
That's me. See, the laptop's on the cat post. None of the cats sit on top of the post, but they like the little doghouse part at the bottom, which my dog also likes because she's smaller than the cats. So I can use the cat post as a laptop stand. In case anybody wanted to know.
See, and this is where This is where stitching on a live show, the drawback of stitching on a live show. I'm glad I caught it now.
Oh, did you make a boo-boo?
I did. Fortunately, it's only 8 stitches away.
All right. So Ivy says she may be able to do Friday. She'll get back to you.
Okay, I'm not going anywhere, Ivy. And no one else is volunteering, so if you can work it out. Otherwise, it's Melanie. The return of Melanie.
That's right.
That's how we'll market it. The return of Melanie. Join us.
That's funny.
She's back. Well, she could bring her daughter. Yeah, we'll work it out. Don't get yourself in trouble, Ivy. I got to tear these out, so I'm counting on you to cover questions there, Stitch Queen.
Oh, what? I'm busy stitching.
Yeah.
I can't look at my laptop at the same time.
I got to tear these out.
Oh my gosh. So crafts enthusiast, her cat occupies the dog's bed, and he knows better than to try to get it back from the cat. He mopes on the floor while the little tiny terrorist cat arrogant relaxes on the dog's bed.
There we go.
And the dog is a 90-pound lab hound mix. That's funny. Yeah. Kitties rule the roost sometimes, that's for sure. Yep. No, my Sophie and all my kitties, they all get along pretty well, so. Spinning lesson. So Melanie spins, I guess?
Yes, she does.
I spin too. That's funny. I know, I've got tons of extra stuff too that you haven't seen, but I've been on a lot lately, so I'm sure somebody else would like to be on. So. We want to share the wealth.
Is that what it is? Beth will be back Friday.
You got to share. Yep, Beth will be back. She's been out of town.
The return of Beth.
Yeah. I'm going to take stuff out.
Oh, Tanya wants a spinning lesson from Melanie. Okay.
Yeah, that's where it came
Oh,
up
that's
on
where
the,
they came
on the
from.
comments. Mm-hmm.
Well, Tanya, we can probably fix you up.
I know, I've thought about trying to spin some yarn or use some of my hand spun in an embroidery project or something, and it would depend on the yarn and I don't know.
All right, Melanie's quickly signing herself up for a spinning demonstration here. Just everybody just be quiet and let her just dig a deep hole. Just let her dig, and then when she's over her head, then we'll say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No, that would be fun to see that. I would like to hear somebody talk through the process. I mean, I've seen spinning done, but the process and how you get the right thickness and everything, I think would be interesting to learn about.
Yeah, it's fun. It can be tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it,
we could.
and different.
We'll get Melanie to do it, and then you do the play-by-play.
Yeah.
That's how we'll work this out.
Different fibers react differently, and depends how long the staple length is, and all that kind of stuff.
What is wrong with me?
No, I haven't worked on 40 count in a while.
Well, I just need to pay attention. It's not the 40 count. It's just simply paying attention.
It's kind of hard to try to look at comments and do the show while you're also trying to reach a chart and do tiny stitching. Alrighty, turn this over. I know I'm almost done with the first layer of the brocade, and then I can move on to the second layer of the brocade.
Melanie's daughter is causing trouble here.
Oh.
Daughter is looking all over for things we all haven't seen. Uh-oh. Melanie.
Oh, there you go.
Melanie, Friday night, Melanie. I'm not horsing around here. Melanie, Friday night, if you'll do it, we'll put you down. We'll save Ivy for when it's more convenient for her. I'm game. Long dog said I can only stitch on 40 count during the daytime. Well, I can only stitch with a magnifier and blazing lights, so same difference. And obviously, as I've demonstrated tonight, I can't even do that with a hoop. Jeez.
Oh, gee.
2, 3.
My level.
1, 2. Yeah. So. I think I have solved my problems. I'm very excited. So what else? I guess that was all I was going to show tonight, was just stitching stanza, because people are always looking for
Right.
solutions.
I know. I would look online and then I'd see stuff and I'd be like, oh, I don't want to pay that much money. And it's like, there's got to be something that I can do, you know? And
right. Well, see, and I think that's just it. It's you want a stand. You know, if you're new to it or you've never used a stand, but you don't know if you're going to like it, and so you know, do I invest a lot of money and then go, oh, now I got that thing I got to deal with because I don't like it, and so you're hesitant.
And there were a lot of stands that I liked one thing about it, but I didn't like the other thing about it.
Right.
It's like, that was great, but then that was, you know, couldn't find one that really was exactly what I wanted.
But that's just it. There's really inexpensive ways to at least get a stand, and then once you use a stand, then you'll start to see what you don't like about it, and then you can better evaluate a stand that you might spend a couple $300 on.
Right. Because a lot of times until you actually have something and you use it, you have no idea what you like and don't like and what works for you and doesn't. Right.
So you spend a little money, and then you always have that second stand too. You know, if it works and you want to travel, a lot of times, you know, you don't mind the old cheap thing. If it gets beat up a little bit, you don't care.
Exactly. Although I could not imagine traveling with the needlepoint, the big frame, and that's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Kind of worth it. Oh, the kitties are circling.
Craft enthusiast. I went outside wearing my mag eyes on my head. Again, the bright. Well, you know, set up a camera. Let's see, Captain. Let's see how long it takes your hair gets on fire.
Oh my gosh.
You know, have a bucket of water sitting nearby and.
Oh no.
No, don't do that. What is it? Professional driver, do not do this at home. Yeah. I'm not the only one having problems stitching with the live show. I keep losing my place when I look up to see what you're demoing. Okay. Then, as a service to Linda, I'm not going to demonstrate anything more because it's messing Linda up. So that's the service. No more. That's it. No more demos. Yeah, no, that's just it. And it's like any hobby. I think there's ways to do it inexpensively until you decide, what you want to do, and
Right.
without spending a lot of money, and then you're down the road. You go, all right, now I really like doing this, so I'm going to invest in a really nice stand.
Yeah. Or you're just happy with the one you made.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like, I don't need this. I can save that money and buy other stitching
Right.
supplies.
Yeah, buy more linen.
Or whatever, yeah.
So yeah, it's there's ways. For those people looking for a stand, this stowaway, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, that one looks pretty
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah, it really is quite nice.
Looks like a good one.
And somebody, don't ask what price is because I didn't look.
You're just like, I'll take it, thank you. Bill my credit card.
Pretty much, that's what it was.
It's funny.
That's where Margaret comes in.
Oh. And she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's when I know it was too much. Oops. Trying to do this and not mess up again.
All right.
I think I have it. I'm very excited. We've been yammering on. What time is it? Oh, geez, already it's. Jeez.
Is it late?
It's 7 after.
Oh.
How did that happen?
I don't know. We were busy playing with our stands.
Well, recommendations for a scroll frame with long bars. Can't afford Millennium yet, but still looking for quality article. That Oman. What is that one? Omanic?
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah, check that out.
Somebody said something about that.
Those are really somebody will have the name here in a minute, but they're really quality. They're almost as good as a Millennium frame. Real quality and.
Where are those from? Do you know?
Sure.
Are they from?
I used to know, but I never remember. But they ship right away. They ship right away.
I actually bought some 1-inch wide twill tape, and I have some dowel rods, and I'm going to make some rods, and then I guess I'll staple the twill tape onto the bar, and then I guess what you do is you baste your linen on.
Yeah.
To the twill tape.
Yeah, I don't like that method. Never have.
Well, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
We'll see if I like it.
Now, some people sew it on. Will just simply put it on a machine and sew it on, which might be.
I'll just hand baste it, which because then you can make sure you get your lines straight. If you do it by hand.
Yeah.
You can line it up with the lines on the twill tape, and then make sure you go into each linen thread so it's exactly straight.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I like doing hand sewing, so that doesn't bother me.
Yeah. So. Just getting through that heavy canvas after a while, it just annoys me, so I don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
So okay, yeah. So people, it's Ilmonic, from Estonia.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are supposed to be really good. I've never heard anyone complain about their service or their quality, and they're considerably less than the Millennium frame, and you get them right away. They ship quite fast, from what I understand. So yes, that's an option. And then, I mean, there's several options, but if you want something like a Millennium frame, that is the same design.
Yeah, I love that method of putting the linen in. That is nice.
Yeah, with the rod that slips in there, holds it so nice. It really, and you get tension all the way across too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that. And I did look at getting some, but like you said, it takes forever and they're really expensive. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna have to do without and find another way.
I sucked
So,
up. I sucked up and bought it, um, and I haven't regretted it.
oh, I
Um,
bet not.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, this will
I
last
mean,
forever.
yeah, I know I wouldn't regret it, but yeah, I needed something right now, and
Yeah.
so,
I'm going to go back on a sore subject here. Carolyn asking, can Vonna come back once in a while? Carolyn, um, I'll just say this one time. The door is open. Vonna is welcome. She'll always be welcome. She was hurt incredibly by those people, and she's not coming back. She's not coming back, but she knows. I have talked to her. She knows the door is open, and you can ask her 1,000 times, and you're going to get the same answer. She is not coming back, and we have to move on, and we are moving on. But I've left the door is open for whatever she wants to do, but it's not going to happen. Those people hurt her incredibly. They were cruel, and
mhm.
she wants nothing to do with it. So sorry, but that's just the facts of life, and it's the way it is. And we move on. And I have to say, I'm having an awful lot of fun working with Jenifer and Beth and Debbie, and we just move on. And it's a sad little moment in time, but it moves. It moves into history. But that's just the way it's going to be. Um,
Yeah.
It's the same setup with Arlene. The door is open if she wants to come back and do something, even occasionally. But they were hurt people. So, and I probably shouldn't even be doing this. I should have called it all quits, but I didn't.
No.
So, but that okay. So that's I'm just saying that, and then that's it. I'm not talking about that anymore.
Right. Well, I'm very thankful to be here. Thank you for
Well, I
asking.
am damn thankful to have you. So how's that? Okay, I'm gonna go back on the screen because somebody a long time ago asked what the giveaways were. So I'm gonna go back now and show that. So it's up there at the top. Email, and this is for live show people only. So we're gonna be done here in a few minutes. So right there, email. Subject line is Betty because Betty Howe did a little destashing and was kind enough to send us all the stuff. So it's 4 samplers. It's 4 samplers tonight, and they're old and they're cool. So this one is Eleanor Simpson, 1815 from Historic Stitches. And I'm sorry about the light, but this was set up so I wouldn't be on screen, and I've been on screen most of the night. So that's one that you could win. And then Elizabeth Pavior from Crosspatch. That sampler. And then the one that I should have kept, but I didn't, Stag's Leap from Kingsland. And then this kit, the Virtue Band Sampler from Eileen Bennett, the Sampler House, Granville, Michigan. I say that because I'm from Michigan, so I always get excited when things are from Michigan. So that band sampler, and that's a full kit. That's a full kit, and you can see how old this is because it has the DMC floss with the old labeling on it. But here, let me just see. This is yeah, look at that. You're gonna want to wet this down and iron out the creases because they've been there a while. But that's a nice piece of linen. Looks like maybe 30 count, roughly. So that's those are the 4 that we're giving away tonight. And Betty is our subject line. And even a needle in the kit because we have a card from Eileen Bennett. I'm keeping Eileen Bennett, the Sampler House. I got to see if that's still around. That would be cool.
So I have a friend of mine who gave me a sampler similar that kind of has that similar look to that one. It's called Catherine Sampler, and it was part of a it was like a class kit. So it was never offered for sale. That's why there was never a price. But in the instructions, I was reading through the instructions, and that's where I saw that it was part of a class kit.
Oh.
And it yeah, it's really cool. And I started that, and it came with all the threads and everything, kind of like that one you showed.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice little band sampler and not real big.
Similar. Yeah.
Because band samplers tend to get really big, but yeah, this is a nice one. Yep, nice approachable one. So
Yeah, I'll have to dig that one out someday and show it.
yeah, we'd like to see
work on
that.
it some more.
We'd like to see that.
Yeah, and so it does some. It's kind of like one of those learning samplers where they teach you like the long arm cross stitch and the different things. And
yeah, this has Bargello in it and Jello and grape Jello. No, oh, that's a different thing. Yeah. Well, Jan Michaels has it stitched and on her wall. Well, Jan, that's going to be the first one when you're a guest here in late October, right after the week after Ivy. Then Jan, that'll be the first one you show. That's going to be fantastic. Thanks, Jan.
There you go.
That's just great. Jan just signed off. I'm out. I've done a couple of Eileen's. Oh, is Eileen still around? Do you know, Jan? That'd be interesting to know, because this thing is, what's the copyright on this thing? 1986.
Wow.
I was 31. 1986.
I was 13.
Kids.
That's...
That'll be interesting to know if that place is still around in Granville, Michigan. Yeah. So those are the four. Whoever asked that, I'm sorry I didn't get your name as you went by there. But send the email. I do the drawing. Oh, she is still around. Oh, guest.
Oh, she has a book, The Evolution of Samplers.
Oh, now for sure she's a guest. Okay. So, okay, now for sure I got to contact her. All right. Got to get her signed up. That'd be really cool to talk to her. Beth was 26. Craft Enthusiast was younger than you, so by a year.
12, only by a year.
Yeah.
You know.
Kids.
Yep, I was a child of the 70s and 80s.
I'll be checking that out. I'll see if I can get her. That would be fun to talk to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're going to call it.
Okie doke.
We're going to call it. So Friday night.
How is it? Wow.
So did we decide that Melanie is going to do Friday night? Is that what we decided? If Melanie, you still here?
I have no idea.
I lost track. Hassling so many people, I lost track of who was serious. I think Melanie's going to do it. So let's say tentatively Melanie and maybe her daughter will be with us Friday night. So that'll be cool. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Friday night. And then Nooper says she has multiple books. Okay, I got to get her. Melanie was 19, but Melanie, we only really care, Melanie, if you're going to be here Friday night as a guest. That's all we... How old you are is immaterial.
Exactly.
Carol Noggle. How come Carol Noggle's name, that came up in a discussion you and I were having, didn't it? Carol, you were talked about, either you or Beth.
Maybe it was Beth, because I don't recognize.
Because I wrote that down. I don't remember. It was kind stuff. I mean, we were speaking highly of you. Eileen is doing remote teaching. I'm taking the class. Okay, I got to get Eileen for sure. Melanie, don't you go away, Melanie. Oh, I'll see what I can come up with. All right. Well, so tentatively it's going to be Melanie Friday night. Nice. And then I got to see if I can get Eileen Bennett.
She's still 19.
Teresa enjoyed the show. Oh, Cecilia J.E. Holy smokes, that's cool stuff. All those beads.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I listened and watched that. Yeah, she does beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. And her portraits, they look really real.
I know, with beads. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, now she's talking about doing classes.
Oh, nice.
So.
And I did look on her website, and lots of her stuff was sold out, so she's got to restock.
Yeah, her new things that she was talking about when we recorded. They sold out with it. I don't even think it was a day, and it was okay. Ivy just beat us all. She wasn't even born then. So all right. On that note, all right. We've had enough of Ivy tonight. That's it. That's it. We're done with Ivy. I wasn't even born yet. Okay, yeah, that's it. You're done. All right.
We need her for Wednesday night, and then she's back.
Yeah, we'll keep her around till the end of October, and then she's out. I wasn't even born yet. All right, folks. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. Hope you had fun. We did.
Yep.
Catch the podcast from today with Jenifer and me, and Sunday with Amina. You'll enjoy that one. And we'll see you Friday night, where we hope we get to talk to Melanie. That would be great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Bye.